Does it ever feel like fixing your life is too complicated? Like your problems are buried under layers of stress, confusion, and chaos? Here's the thing. Fixing your life might be simpler than you think. It's not about some dramatic, overnight transformation. Instead, it's about adopting key principles that can create immediate change. And in this video, I'll show you how to apply them to your life starting today. Part 1. Start with the small things. One of the biggest mistakes people make when they want to fix their life is thinking they need to change everything all at once. This leads to overwhelm and often causes them to give up before they even get started. But Miyamoto Musashi believed that progress isn't about drastic transformations. It's about mastering the small, everyday actions. He taught that small, consistent efforts lay the foundation for greatness. This idea is echoed in modern self-improvement books like Atomic Habits by James Clear. Clear explains that tiny, incremental changes can lead to massive transformations over time. Fixing your life isn't about some grand gesture. It's about making small improvements in the areas you can control, like your daily routines or how you organize your environment. Musashi understood that mastering small things, such as the way you approach your morning or how you manage your space, builds the habits and discipline needed for greater achievements. Take a look at your daily life. Are there small, simple things that are within your control that you haven't addressed? It could be something as basic as cleaning your workspace or creating a structured morning routine. Musashi believed that your environment reflects your mindset. If your surroundings are chaotic, it's likely your thoughts and actions will follow suit. By focusing on what's right in front of you and making those small changes, you create momentum that makes it easier to tackle bigger issues down the road. The beauty of starting with small things is that these are changes you can make immediately. When you fix the little things, you gain confidence and build a foundation for tackling larger challenges. And just like Musashi emphasized, mastery comes from consistency. Taking control of your habits and environment day after day builds discipline, which is the true key to fixing your life. Part 2. Master your thoughts. After mastering the small things, the next step in fixing your life is mastering your thoughts. Both Miyamoto Musashi and the Stoics, like Marcus Aurelius, believed that true mastery begins in the mind. Musashi understood that to win in battle, you had to first conquer your own mind, your fears, distractions, and doubts. Similarly, Aurelius in Meditations emphasized that it's not what happens to us, but how we respond that defines our lives. Most of us go through life in a reactive state. When something happens, we react, often emotionally or impulsively. But Musashi and the Stoics teach us to shift from reactive thinking to proactive thinking. Instead of letting the world control your emotions and thoughts, you take control by framing your mind to focus on solutions rather than problems. For example, instead of fixating on what's going wrong, train your mind to ask, what can I do about it? This proactive mindset keeps you from feeling powerless. It gives you the ability to navigate challenges with clarity and purpose. Aurelius wrote that obstacles don't block the path, they are the path. In other words, the things that seem to be holding you back are often opportunities for growth if you train your mind to see them that way. Modern thinkers echo this. Cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT for instance, is based on the idea that changing how you think can transform how you feel and act. If you allow negative, reactive thoughts to dominate, your life will reflect that. But if you reframe your thoughts to focus on opportunities, solutions, and growth, your life will begin to shift in a positive direction. This doesn't happen overnight, but it begins with awareness. Start paying attention to how you respond to challenges. Are you reactive, or are you consciously framing your thoughts in a way that serves you? Fixing your life isn't about avoiding problems. It's about training your mind to approach them with strength, calmness, and clarity. Once you've begun to master your thoughts, the next step is to bring structure and discipline into your daily life. Part 3. Create structure and discipline. One of the most common reasons people feel overwhelmed is because their life lacks structure. Without a clear routine or consistent habits, everything feels chaotic and problems seem to pile up. Both Jordan Peterson and Miyamoto Musashi emphasize the importance of structure and discipline in creating a life that runs smoothly. Musashi followed strict principles in his life, as outlined in the Book of Five Rings. And his discipline helped him maintain focus and clarity in everything he did. Similarly, Peterson often says, "Set your house in perfect order before you criticize the world," meaning that creating structure in your life is the first step toward gaining control. Structure provides stability. It gives you a roadmap for your day so you don't feel lost or unsure about what to do next. When you have a simple routine, whether it's a morning ritual or a set time to work on specific tasks, you remove the mental clutter that comes from trying to figure out everything as you go. With clear goals and consistent habits, life feels less chaotic and more manageable. Discipline, on the other hand, is what keeps that structure in place. Musashi believed that discipline wasn't just about forcing yourself to work hard. It was about living in alignment with your principles. It's about following through on your commitments, even when you don't feel like it. Peterson reinforces this idea by encouraging people to take responsibility for their lives through discipline. It's not about being perfect, but about showing up consistently and doing what needs to be done, even when it's difficult. Having structure in your day reduces overwhelm. When you know what you're supposed to do, when you're supposed to do it, and how to approach it, problems that once seemed insurmountable start to shrink. The chaos that once held you back disappears because your life is now anchored by routine and discipline. But remember, structure and discipline aren't about rigid perfection. Life will always throw curveballs. The key is to create a flexible structure that can adapt to those challenges while keeping you grounded. When your life is organized and disciplined, you have the stability to handle whatever comes your way. Discipline is essential, but it's not enough on its own. Part 4. Build emotional resilience. Life is full of challenges, setbacks, and unexpected twists. Both Miyamoto Musashi and Stoic philosophers like Epictetus understood that while we can't always control what happens to us, we can control how we respond. Musashi believed that in battle, emotional control was often the deciding factor between victory and defeat. Similarly, in life, it's your ability to remain calm and centered in the face of adversity that determines your success. This emotional resilience allows you to bounce back from setbacks and use them as opportunities for growth. Musashi knew that losing control of your emotions could cost you everything. He trained himself to stay calm under pressure, to face fear without being consumed by it. Emotional resilience is about building that same inner strength in your life. It's about understanding that setbacks, failures, and hardships are inevitable, but they don't have to break you. Instead, they can be stepping stones to something greater if you choose to view them that way. This is where Stoic detachment comes in. Stoic philosophy teaches that while we can't control external events, we can control how we perceive and respond to them. Epictetus famously said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." Detaching yourself from the outcome and focusing on your internal response is the key to maintaining emotional resilience. This doesn't mean being indifferent to challenges. It means not letting them control your emotions. When you practice Stoic detachment, you focus on what you can control: your actions, your thoughts, and your attitude. You let go of the need to control external circumstances because, as Musashi and the Stoics knew, that's often impossible. By shifting your focus inward, you gain the power to handle life's difficulties without being thrown off course. This resilience keeps you grounded when things don't go according to plan. Building emotional resilience takes practice. The next time you face a setback, take a moment to pause and ask yourself, how can I control my response to this? What can I learn from this experience? These moments of reflection will strengthen your ability to stay calm under pressure, helping you grow through adversity instead of being defeated by it. Part 5. Commit to lifelong learning and growth. Miyamoto Musashi never stopped learning. Even in his later years after mastering swordsmanship and strategy, he continued to explore new skills and philosophies. This mindset of lifelong learning is one of the most important principles for fixing your life. Socrates captured this perfectly when he said, "The only true wisdom is in knowing you know nothing." It's that humility, knowing that there's always more to learn, that unlocks even greater potential. Too often, people think that once they've solved a few problems or achieved some level of success, the journey is over. But in reality, growth never stops. Life is constantly changing, and to keep evolving and improving, you must stay open to new knowledge, new experiences, and new challenges. Musashi understood this well, and his commitment to continuous learning is a key reason why he became such a legendary figure. The idea of lifelong learning applies to every area of life. Whether you're learning a new skill, studying philosophy, or challenging yourself mentally and physically, the act of constantly seeking improvement keeps you sharp and engaged. It's this mindset that prevents you from becoming complacent, and it ensures that you're always pushing your limits, growing, and evolving. One of the easiest ways to embrace lifelong learning is to make it a habit to read books, listen to thought-provoking podcasts, or try new activities that challenge your thinking. It's not just about intellectual growth. It's also about expanding your understanding of the world and yourself. Every new skill you learn, every new book you read adds a new layer to who you are and deepens your potential. Lifelong learning also keeps you resilient in the face of challenges. When you're constantly learning and growing, you're better equipped to adapt to life's changes. Instead of seeing obstacles as setbacks, you see them as opportunities to learn something new. This mindset keeps you moving forward no matter what life throws your way. Start by choosing just one of these principles today, whether it's creating a simple daily routine, shifting how you think about a problem, or committing to learning something new. Small steps lead to big changes. If this video resonated with you, don't forget to subscribe for more content on how to transform your life through philosophy, discipline, and personal growth.